let me share with you how the divine feminine is embodied and living in my everyday life. So some everyday examples for you. One, spontaneity. My life is very spontaneous, living in the moment, feeling that flow of freedom that we call spontaneity, following my heart. Listening to my intuition, this inner guidance. It is how I move through life. An openness. There's an openness. This openness is also receptivity. So there's an openness. It could be an openness to experiment, explore. This makes life so wonderful, so adventurous. The openness that's necessary for receptivity, to be receptive. This receptivity is needed to listen to your intuition. This openness, this receptivity is also related to sensitivity. This increased sensitivity is also how the divine feminine is embodied, expressed. Sensitivity to the essence of life, feeling something deeper than what meets the eye. Most people live on the surface. When you have that sensitivity, you're living a depth of life that is unknown. Speaking of the unknown, the divine feminine is embodied as mystery. There's a mysterious quality about me, a mystery of my life. This is that unknown. Again, to one who only experiences life on the surface, anything deeper is going to be mysterious. Anything deeper is going to be a mystery. The ability to see the unseen has a profound mystery about it. Experiencing life's magic, the quality of play, right? Also related to that openness. Hello. That openness, but the ability to lighten up, not take life so serious, and to play. Have fun. This playfulness is seen in fatherhood, parenting with my kids, every day. Even turning the most mundane work into play. Play in the form of creativity. That's another thing that's embodied, expressed, is being creative. Everything is creative. This creativity is expressed through poetry, my business, cooking, designing a space, anything. Related to that is beauty, the love for beauty, wanting to be immersed in beauty, be surrounded by beauty, want to express beauty. This could be through, again, poetry, designing a website for my business. Could be cooking. Not only do the meals taste delicious, but they look beautiful. Designing a space in my house. Often even my wife comes to me for what I call the eye for beauty, to see the beauty, the design eye. It's really about seeing beauty. So something that she even sees, values, appreciates, is that eye for beauty. Even a lot of her wardrobe I've bought for her, just knowing what colors complement her, what she looks best in. That's all an expression of beauty. Bringing nature's beauty, bringing nature into our home. Got a love for plants. Got nearly 50 plants in our house. So there's a love for expressing beauty, bringing natural beauty into the home. Nurturing, it's another quality that's embodied. Nurturing through parenting. This nurturing is very motherly quality, whether it's taking care as the caregiver for my 3 kids, or cooking dinner, making sure that they're nurtured and nourished by the meal. There is that nurturing their growth, nurturing their development. It's very motherly. Sometimes I express it as a gardener as well. Nurturing, cultivating the growth of our kids, taking care of the body, nourishing the body, making sure it's moving functionally, optimally. Vulnerability, it's another quality. It's very related to openness. If you're not vulnerable, then you can't be open. That openness is directly related to vulnerability. Vulnerability is like disarming, or taking off the shield and the sword and the armor. Removing the mask. So it's experienced in times like when my kids may come home and have a story about what happened at school. Perhaps they're teased or bullied, or some sort of conflict happens at school. I'll meet them where they are. I'll relate to them on the personal level. But it's through vulnerability that we go deeper. We touch something deeper within ourselves, our heart. And it's only through this vulnerability. So if my son is telling me about how he was bullied at school, or the kids are mean, or they're teasing him about his lunch, or making fun of his glasses, or whatever it is, then there's this vulnerability that I will open up. I'll share something with him. And that's the beginning of that connection where we're meeting not through roles anymore, but we're meeting as that open heart. So vulnerability. What do we mention here before? Or haven't mentioned, I should say. I don't think of the other ones. Being a vessel, being empty, open, receptive is also related to being a vessel, allowing life to move through you. As you can tell, these transmissions are unscripted, unplanned. There's no agenda. There's no performance. There's no it just doesn't have that. Whatever moves, it's just life moving through an empty vessel. So just being that vessel is very much of the divine feminine. Sensuality is another one. Again, just like the love for beauty, the love for the senses, the richness, the quality of the five senses. When cooking and putting a meal on the table for the family, I'd like to pair it with music to really cultivate that vibe, cultivate the environment, and like to pair the food, wherever it's from. If it comes from a Japanese culture, Italian culture, Mexican culture, with the music from that culture. So that's an example. Just being out in nature, it's very sensual, just feeling Mother Nature. Even that connection with Mother Nature, that is also another quality, another value that's embodied. That's very much of the divine feminine. Feeling the sun, the warmth of the sun on the back of the neck as the sun warms the skin. Feeling the ground beneath your toes. I often like to walk bare feet as well. Every day I make sure that my feet touch the natural ground. Even in the winter, I really like just walking out, feet in the snow, bare feet, just to feel that aliveness. Music, dancing, just the sensation of the body. Through movement, stretching. Some other examples. Another example of like nurturing. It's really self-care. Making time for yourself. Going within. Your sacred alone time. Your quiet time. It's like this safe haven, this refuge, this retreat. It's inner retreat. Going within. Going within is very much the divine feminine. Going within is also connected to creativity, going within, and this feeling that emptiness, that void within you is not just empty, but it's full. It's full of potential. So in life you have these moments where you're not active and you allow yourself to rest, to relax, this relaxation, this rest is very nurturing. It's connected to self-care. You feel like you're retreating, this inner retreat. You're recharging, rejuvenating, replenishing. And you're really connecting with the essence of what you are. And it's from that emptiness, which is also the fullness of potential, that then you create from. It's really this feeling of being pregnant with potential, giving birth to something, whether it be a poem or an offer, a video, a new meal, anything. Everything is creative. What's another example? Spontaneity, I think I mentioned that before, the flow. Really feeling, being in tune. It's this rhythm of life that you tune into. Really finding your flow. Dancing to the rhythm of your heart. That's how you move. That's your way of being in the world. You're not passive, sitting on the couch watching life pass you by, but you're not like some busy beaver always on the run, running from yourself. You're really just finding this natural flow, this natural rhythm, moving to your own heartbeat. This is very natural for me. Move with the seasons. A lot of my expression is very seasonal. Even in my offers, I have seasonal retreats. I take personal seasonal retreats where it's not really about stepping away from life, but stepping into life on a deeper level. So this rhythm, the cycle of the seasons, this is really a quality of the divine feminine. The fluidity, to not be so bound to routine. That's really the difference between routine and rhythm. Routine is very mechanical. It's when we're actually disconnected from our intuition. It's not that rhythm lacks structure. There is structure in rhythm. Look at a rhythm of the song, rhythm of a beat, the rhythm of life. It's not random. So you see, there's also some structure to that flow. And there's a rhythm that you're moving with and as. This is living truth. This is coherence. So moving in those cycles, honoring the cycles. Some other ones. A softness. Even feel how my voice has softened. And there's that soft side, and there's the, whatever you want to call it, the firm side, right? And depending on whatever the needs of the moment require, you get one or the other. Or you get both, right? It's this softness that's also strong. Softness is also related to flexibility, right? To be fluid, to be flexible, to not be so rigid and stubborn, set in your ways, right? I often say it's bend or break, right? And this is really one of the keys to resilience. Like a palm tree, if it's not flexible, then it's going to break. It's the flexibility that allows the palm tree to weather the storms. Just like that in life, as you're experiencing these storms, it's your flexibility, it's your softness to walk through that storm with grace. It's really about surrender, right? Can you move with the winds instead of trying to fight them? So you're moving with the flow, you're moving with the current, which is very similar to what I just said about moving with the rhythm, right? When you move with the rhythm, your life is like a dance. You're dancing with life. You're dancing as life. And when someone is not able to listen, to hear the beat, when they're not able to feel the beat, then you have someone, you may have seen this before, who can't dance. And they look sort of robotic, right? It looks unnatural, right? Yet when you can feel the beat, you can hear the beat, you're in tune with it, there's a gracefulness, there's that softness, that fluidity, that you're able to move with the music, move to the music. And what's that music? Well, that's the music of your heart. So you're listening to your heart. You're moving intuitively. You're moving intelligently. There's an elegance to your life. Just like the love for beauty, you experience your life as a masterpiece, like an open canvas that you're painting on. You're expressing your heart. You're painting the colors of your heart on this empty canvas. And this beauty that you want to express is really your authentic expression. So there's a direct relationship between art and authenticity. You see, when you're being yourself and you're expressing yourself authentically, it's the most potent form of art. Or every expression that is authentic is a transmission of love. Whether it be cooking or sewing or singing or designing or anything. Connection, I think I mentioned that. Even just the connection with my daughter, and kind of tying in a few of the ones that we've mentioned before: beauty, self-care, nourishment, creativity. She expressed an interest for self-care, the age that she's at, 9. Girls are getting into makeup and experimenting with all the makeup and stuff like this. So talk about natural alternatives to a lot of those chemicals that are found in makeup and little things like that. She's also interested in creativity and art, expressing herself. So one of the things that we do together is make homemade soap. This would be considered very feminine for me to be partaking in, but I love it. It's good bonding time with my daughter, and for the love of beauty and nourishment, nurture, self-expression, creativity. Even creating a business like that with her is so fun, right? And so we take that to the next level and really think about the ingredients that we're sourcing and putting into it. The soaps for different seasons, follows the seasons. Just keep it simple. 4 different soaps, the 4 different seasons, and each one has nourishing ingredients that follows the seasons, the natural rhythm. She's learning about creativity and art and expression and all this stuff, so it's all good. That's another one. Even just with my kids, is just care for them, holding them. Often when they get hurt, they don't need a lecture, they don't need a lesson, they just need to be held. They just need to feel that love that doesn't say anything, that just simply holds them, feels them. So that's where that caregiver comes out again in those times. It's another one. Gentleness, healing. Usually at night, they ask for a little back rub, foot massage, head massage. So just bring presence to their body, letting them feel my hands on them. It's again tied to the sensuality, the richness of the senses, letting them feel the soft hands, the gentleness, the loving touch. There's probably a bunch of other ones. Like I said, you can't really list them as I'm listing them, just simply pulling examples from my everyday life. Surrender, we mentioned that. Even surrender, just, as the masculine wants to lead, but even there's times where it's just allowing my wife to lead in certain areas, right? So there's a yielding. This yielding is very feminine. I think I mentioned before the elegance, right? It comes out in my poetry, how to say something more elegantly, how to refine something. This refinement is on the inside, and elegance is the expression of that refinement. You see something, looks elegant, sounds elegant. Through the creativity, right? There's the beauty, there's the elegance. The softness, the gentleness, the tenderness, these are all qualities of the divine feminine. The openness, the receptivity, the sensitivity. Receiving is also part of that receptivity. If you're not open, you can't receive. If you're not receptive, you can't receive. That openness, living with an open heart, again, connected to, we talked about vulnerability, right? Not putting on all the armor, not walking around with a sword and shield, defending some identity. The love for adventure, the love for play. Not be so serious, allow yourself to be silly. This is very much of the feminine. To open, right? Full expression. To open, to, you see how just open up, not hiding anything, just sharing the truth I live. That's very much the feminine expression. It's really this quality when it's in full expression, which is radiance. You're radiating that inner beauty. You're radiating the essence. It's like it's oozing out of you. Those with eyes can see it. They can feel it. They're touched by it. So that is a quality we can call radiance. You're radiating something deeper than meets the eye. So let's leave it here. I think those are a good list to give you of how the divine feminine is embodied, how she lives in and as my everyday life, giving you very ordinary, everyday examples. And if you're ready to allow her to live through you, as you, then I invite you to join me in living truth.